All right, Mike Waltz, our boy Mike Waltz, this the man who fetishizes Signal. He just loves Signal. This man can't get enough of Signal. I don't know what this guy would do if Signal went out of business, to be honest. This is from The Guardian. Mike Waltz's team set up at least 20 Signal chats for national security work report. And of course, there's no consequences for this. There's no consequences for the leak. There's no consequences for anything because there is no accountability in this administration. Everyone who was to enforce or accountability is either has been cut, fired, or replaced with an absolute loyalist. And Trump does not want to take action on Mike Waltz or any of his team, so there will be no action taken against them, despite them leaking classified information in a Signal chat. Like, let alone just like skirting. Like, okay, there is so much to pick apart from that chat. Like, Republicans are like, there's no classified information in there, bro. No war plans, no plans at all. Yeah, except for like the 5 specific time periods that he listed, the weapons and vehicles, like planes that would be used. And so there's that. There's the fact that they are trying to skirt around, I forget what the exact phrase was, but basically our record keeping, like all of these conversations are meant to go into an archive for a variety of reasons. So not only are they skirting that, then of it itself, whether there's extremely classified war plans or not. I'd say what was in there classifies as stuff that, you shouldn't be sending in a Signal group chat in a non-sanctioned government channel. Okay? And so that's 2 things. Then you have the third thing, which is just them casually admitting to a war crime. If you read the text, you'll remember a part where it's like, we have seen the target enter his girlfriend's building, and then there a few texts later, the building has collapsed, so we striked it. And then JD Vance says, like, good shit, bro. Or not exactly that, but yeah. So you just casually admitted to striking an apartment building with presumably other innocent people living in that building. So that's a war crime. That's just 3 things. I'm sure if I went through and refreshed my memory on all the texts, there could just be a lot of things that would warrant, like, just like heads rolling in of itself. If this was 50 years ago, there'd be a public execution. Like, what are we talking about? Not saying that I want that, but like the fact that this guy just gets to waltz on free, no pun intended. I'm at a loss for words. Okay, I've been blabbing. Let's read the article. Donald Trump's National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and his team have created at least 20 different group chats on the encrypted messaging app Signal to coordinate sensitive national security work. We need to stop adding this encrypted part to it. I feel like, yeah, it's encrypted. We get it. I feel like that's a sly way of like kind of adding like a little bit of cover. Like, it's still encrypted, guys. It's okay. Like, remove that. That's just like a little like thing saying at least it's encrypted. No, okay. I don't care how encrypted it is. It's not sanctioned. They're skirting around guidelines and rules, and it's unacceptable. So please just stop calling it an encrypted messaging app. Just call it a messaging app. The revelation, which cites 4 people with direct knowledge of the practice, follows heightened scrutiny of the administration's handling of sensitive information after The Atlantic recently published messages from a chat that included the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth sharing operational details of deadly strikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Those anonymous sources told Politico the Signal chats covered a wide range of policy areas, including Ukraine, China, Gaza, broader Middle East policy, Africa, and Europe. All 4 individuals reported seeing sensitive information discussed in these forums, though none said they were aware of classified material being shared. Again, I would argue it was classified. They're just going to say it's not. But regardless, this is sensitive material being discussed on a non-sanctioned app, bypassing our like national archive laws. Like, Jesus, man. Like, there's no way you can spin this. Someone should be punished. Over the last few days, Waltz's flippant nature over the protection of national security secrets has been exposed. The Washington Post reported on documents revealing that Waltz's team had been conducting government business through personal Gmail accounts. And again, you know who else heads need the role? Tulsi Gabbard. She went up there and just blatantly lied. Like, Do you recall any times and warplanes that were shared? No, I didn't read them. Even though she responded like a few messages later. Like, she was reading it. She was there. Like, you're lying under oath. You freaking cretin. Jesus. The White House has again defended the practice, with National Security Council spokesperson Brian Hughes telling Politico that Signal was not banned from government devices and was automatically installed on some agencies' phones. It is one of the approved methods of communicating, but is not the primary or even secondary, Hughes said, adding that any claim of classified information being shared was 100% untrue. The insistence by administration officials that none of the messages were classified, including past remarks by White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt and Hegseth, fly in the face of the Defense Department's own rulebook on what would count as classified. In the earlier chat, Hegseth shared specific operational details about military strikes in Yemen, including launch times for F-18 fighter jets, Tomahawk missiles. These details, according to the former State Department attorney, Brian Finucane, who advised on past strikes on Yemen, would typically be classified based on his experience. Others in the national security establishment have similarly warned that using a messaging app like Signal could potentially violate federal record-keeping laws that I was talking about earlier if chats are automatically deleted, and could compromise operational security if a phone is seized. Despite the earlier controversies, Leavitt indicated on Monday that Trump stood firmly behind his national security advisor and that an investigation into how Waltz accidentally added a journalist to a sensitive chat had been closed. Yeah, so like I said, if this was like 50 years ago, they'd be put in front of a freaking firing squad. Like, but now it's just like, whatever. There is no accountability. There is no consequences. Like, could you just imagine? I know we say this a lot, but could you just imagine if this happened under Joe Biden? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? They'd storm the White House. Like, they would storm the White House. Literally. Like, these people have no principles. Anyone who comes out and defends this, you have no principles. You are just a talking point robot. Whatever Donald Trump or Elon Musk or Fox News tells you, you will go and regurgitate. You will take these people at their word instead of doing like any research or any like just free thought. Like, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.